Hello, hello, and welcome. Let me turn my light on here, eh? I hope you're ready for the most high-octane, fast-paced action start of getting golden fish. Ugh. I need to get 3 of them. Let's just grab these, and then I can read chat while I'm fishing. Hi Lugia, hi N10, or Bulbous Ambros, I guess now, because you're stuck with it. Aww. Hi Vumgler, hi Play. I hope you are all doing as well as you can possibly be doing on this day. My goddamn thing has turned itself off again. Why does it do this every time? Circle Pad Pro, yes, please. I always want it on. Why would I ever not want it on? There's a golden fish in there, so I'm just gonna fish normally for it. I bring the bait to just, if there was nothing else in the pond, we would catch one via bait. Speed it up a bit. Have to change it in the main menu for it to stink. Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it. That is extremely fucked, Rumbly, yeah. Like, good luck, man. That's all I could say on that one. Good luck. That is incredibly fucked. I can't say I'm necessarily particularly surprised, though. Just be happy it's not your city that you're in, right? It's just in your vicinity. Right, last one we're going to do with this. Attempt number 2 to order food. Have you got the money back for the order yesterday, though? Yes? Good. Good. Stressful? Sure. Definitely not a comfortable experience in the time. Absolutely. Not what you needed yesterday, but you got the money back. That's the important bit. That's the important bit. Went to bed hangry? Yeah, that's just bad. That's probably why you had nightmares, right? It was the hanger, Lugia. It just makes sense. Hey, Summers. I'm going to assume something went wrong with your account. I saw that this morning when I opened my feed and saw Summers 2, and I was like, oh no, what's happened? Worse? Worse? Artillery +5 is quite literally useless. Oh no! Oh no. Just the entire thing? Oh, that sucks so much. I'm so sorry. Everyone seems to not be having so great days. Yeah, I cancelled my D&D game today. So, it's not necessarily great over here either. But I'm playing Monster Hunter, so It's just gonna go up from there, right? Windows bricked itself, so that nothing that's too expensive. Okay, that's good at least. That's good at least. You got some sleep finally after 2 nights of none because of the weather. Glad to hear it. Sucks that you didn't get any, but glad to hear you got some now. Changing hotels tomorrow because meeting the local cockroach population isn't fun. Yeah. That's fair. Is there any monster that I didn't get to finish? Of the ones that I've wanted to finish, Cyborg, no. Welcome. Good to have you. I haven't finished Monster Hunter 1, or 1G, or Monster Hunter DOS, but also I have no desire to play any of those games anyway. Online, I guess. I would like to play Monster Hunter Online. That would be nice. Although I don't really care about finishing it per se, I'd just like to play it. Same as Frontier, right? I would have liked to have finished that game, but I wasn't overly like, hey, this is a make or break. It was like, it'd be nice. It's Frontier though. I'm basically going in with the same logic if they ever make online work again. Which would be like, I'd like to finish this game, but... it's gonna be this game, right? Had to make an account for pretty much every site you're on except for Steam. Thankfully, because of Steam God. Oh, good. Good. That's horrible. Take today over losing 300 plus euros worth of games. Yep. Yeah, that would have been genuinely a disaster if you lost your Steam account. That nearly happened to me the other day. And I was crapping myself the whole time. It's got like, there's like, surely £1,000 worth of games in there. I can't lose all of that, right? All of my playtime, all of my achievements and stuff. It's my damn account. But I managed to save it, so it was all good. This is the second time your parents are abroad when some shit goes down. First the drafting and now this. 2 outcomes to that, Bumgler. 1, be really happy your parents aren't there so they don't have to deal with it, right? Or 2, get your parents to stop leaving the country. Every time they go, something bad happens. Or get them to stay gone and be happy wherever they are. Free, leave the country with them is a good option, yeah. Donk. Was my subcrest? My subcrest was his crest, and I got it as I killed him. Amazing. Very good. Working with Google emails, fight like a 1,000-headed Hydra. I genuinely have never used Gmail, and I feel like that's for the best. The drafting happened, they rushed back, barely made it in before the blockade. Oh, jeez. Or just Gmail every mail? I've never had too many problems with Outlook, to be honest. Once you got drunk, you could not remember your PC password. You had to reinstall the operating system. Hundreds of Skyrim mods lost. Oof. At least they're not that bad, right? They're not that bad. Why'd you lose your accounts when Windows bricks, though? Depending on how old your accounts are, right? Old passwords that you don't remember anymore and all of that stuff. The only reason you know what they are is because they're saved via cookies. Or similar things, you might not remember your username. If you're having trouble with recovering accounts because of emails. It's a very important one. Never forget, always make sure you know your login to your email because everything you recover usually goes to your email, right? It has to have blue on it. I will see if I can do that play. I think the Vile Serpent Blade would work. I'm pretty sure that's still blue at the current moment in time. Thank you for the request there. I'll get that going after this quest. In fact. Go. Go. So at the moment, the plan for this, by the way, the plan for today is to get as many quests as I can done in the current tier. Hopefully, maybe even get all of the quests done in the current tier. We may even then potentially dip our feet into multiplayer. If I manage to get all the quests done. We'll do some HR2 hub. Riveting. Just to complete all the quests from there so that we have basically an extra shot at all the materials, right? Because, example here, we have four Rathian weapons we need to make. And it's a lot easier to just get the materials we need at the end once we've already done all of the quests in the tier. Because we might just end up getting a whole bunch of them purely by coincidence. Than it is to try and figure out what materials we're going to need ahead of time and then tactically save the quests, right? Just all quests and then materials. Don't worry about any of this shenaniganry. It's a lot simpler. So what happened to you? Forgot your newer email that had all your passwords on it. Only password was logged in a Google account you had before the PC purged. Yep. That sucks. That really sucks. At least you didn't have anything hopefully overly important. Hopefully. Anytime you didn't remember password of significance when you were drunk and you got your credit card pin wrong 3 times. Went to the bank, told you were drunk and they unlocked it. That seems about right. I can't imagine how many times a day they have to do that, man. The poor banks being like, yep, alright, 17th time today. It's 9 o'clock in the morning on a Monday. didn't even realize it was wrong. You were convinced the ATM was broken. Oh man, I'm so glad I don't drink. I never have to care about any of this stuff. Trying out creative ideas. Oh, I like it, play. Something with a color on it is neat. It's a good way of doing it. Unfortunately, I don't have the GOG weapon. Otherwise, I would instantly use that. Because the GOG weapon is good. Hey, you chisel. Welcome. Good to have you. Good part of the story is someone covered your bill. Aw, that's nice. Can I see what these look like somehow? That technically has blue on it, by the way. That definitely does. That does not. That technically does, although I think that's a bit of a cheatsy doodly on that one. This has blue on it, the Reaver. Let's use the Chick Decapitator because it's not a weapon we use very often and it's got quite a lot of blue. And it matches my armor as well. Tick. Okay, what quests are we on? 169. Nice. So we're using this for until 173 or 174, I don't know. Keep a look on your local disk C, because apparently Windows needs at least 24 gigs of space. Yep. Windows is a hungry bastard. For some reason. Don't know why, but it is. I genuinely am uncertain how much stuff we have left in this tier. Once we do this Najarala. Because we've already done Zamtrios, right? That's the big boy here. How's my day? It's okay. You know, we played a little bit of League this morning, which was enjoyable. As enjoyable as League could be. It was actually fun. So I did that this morning, which was fine. Chilled a little bit before that point, just watching videos and whatnot, but made the crappy decision to cancel my D&D game today. Because I just don't have enough time. I need a day off to relax on, not to work longer than I do on the days that I work on. I cancelled it. It's a bit creepy. I didn't want to. What do I have now? Spent time preparing against cancer because people didn't make it. That doesn't really bother me. Like, that happens, right? Life takes priority. The thing that's just such a bummer is, like, I know a lot of people put a lot of effort into their characters for this game, and I was trying to make it really good, so I put in a lot of effort as well. It's kind of all just, like, pointless now. I just need the time. It's not pointless, right? Like, we still enjoyed it while we were playing it, and enjoyed making it and all of that, but it just feels bad. Klieg, are you alright? Well, I agreed to play Smite recently, N10, with my friends. And then because I played Smite, Smite's a game, right? It's fine. But it's not, like, it's got a nicer community. It's not great, don't get me wrong. It's still pretty crappy. It's not fantastic. But it's nicer than Leagues, but the game is less fun. But then the problem is, because I played it, I was already playing a MOBA, which meant, like, well, now I want to play a MOBA that I actually, like, enjoy playing. Sort of. So I'll play League for like a month and then I'll be done with it again. I kind of don't really care. That's the thing with that game, is I'm too far gone to care. I played it basically straight for, what? 5, maybe 6 years or something? I don't know, when was season 3? What season's League on now? It does one a year, right? They're on 13. Yeah, so I started playing it a decade ago. So at this point, any desire to like actually play that game and be good at it has just been quaffed. It's gone, right? Quashed, not quaffed. It doesn't exist anymore. I just play it to have a laugh with people occasionally, and then I'm done with it again. Been playing that game for 11 years, on and off. Wild. Wild. Whee. At least your characters didn't die in the first session. Well, they did, actually. But that was the whole plot of the campaign, so, yeah. Because it was time loop. So the whole plot was that they get... Anytime they die, it resets to the first day again. Except they keep all of their experience, but none of their equipment. Only one of them died, though, because it's the first person who dies. Caused it to happen, so yeah. They did, in fact, die in the very first session. The difference is they didn't lose their characters in the first session, right? You didn't respawn, yeah, exactly. That's the issue. The non-respawning bit's the problem. You lost the character you spent an evening on. Yeah, some people are lucky and have like loads of character ideas floating around in their mind constantly all of the time and all of this stuff. So they lose a character and then it's like, I'll make another one. It's no big deal. Some of us are cursed with not actually having character ideas we're happy with until we finally get one, and then that character dies really quickly. Or the game gets cancelled. That usually happens as well. it was your first character ever, and it died in the first session. Did you make another one? You didn't, right? You've said this before, but I think you just, like, stopped, if I recall. The first battle. We had a one-shot like that at some point. Where we had a guy roll a... I wasn't running it, I was just playing it. He was playing like a sorcerer or a mage, I think. Classes with the worst hit points out of every class in the entire game. Had no good hit point modifiers, so it just had like minimum level 1 health, which is like 6 health. Basically. And then ran into melee combat because he made his character like a cocky asshole. And then got like 1 hit by the enemy because he's got 6 health and he got crit, and then had the audacity to be pissed about it all day. And it's like, dude, you literally were safe and put yourself in harm's way. This is on you. But yeah, it never feels good. Even when you watch someone else's character die in a situation like that, where it's even their fault, it's like, man, that's shit. You wanted to for the next session, but the DM was being a dick, so you stopped playing. That blows. First experience kind of meh, yeah. Have you ever played it again since then, or is that it? It was a one and done, and you never got a chance to do it again. What the hell is happening anymore? That was the world's question a year ago, Bungler. And it's still the world's question. Wanted to, but you didn't find the time. Yeah, I suppose with how busy your hubby is, that must be extremely difficult to actually find the time to do sort of like a weekly commitment type thing like that, right? Can't even agree to meet up once a month. Yeah, that's rough. Bum, bum. Hi. Oh, I'm over here now. At least we get determination though. Guess you do it over Discord. You like having a big couch and snacks, yeah. That's what's. It's just good, right? That would be tough. For my group, considering we are mixed across 5 different countries. I know Determination's playing and it really wants me to move to go help these people, but I just need to go over here real quick. Oh, Determination still plays. Nice. Okay. Do I have to go to the guild for this, or do I just take it from anyone? seems to want me to do an expedition instead. Let's just grab this first. Before I go beat the snot into gore. Hey, Azael. Welcome. Good to have you. I hope you managed to get some sleep. Up until this point. Real quick. You did not? Ugh. Yes. That sucks, man. Have you at least had fun? I assume you've been playing Diablo based on the message in the Discord server? Man, you're hangry. Look at the low poly food. Yeah, it's an old game, okay? Think you spilled coffee all over your Pro Controller? Oh god, it's just not going well for you at all, huh? That made you hungry? You're doomed? Yeah. Hopefully you've only got a little bit of time left until your food arrives. And then you'll be saved. Wee! Yeah, try and catch me, little palico. Sup, gore? That's not going off. I won't hit that. One, two, and a free. Go. Nope. Hey, head break. Get out of there. You can actually see them on the map, by the way, over there. You can actually see them trying to make their way out of here. It's really cool. You're doing it, guys. Keep going. If you lure gore to them, does the quest fail? I don't know, and I've never even thought about it. You psycho. I don't think so, though. Probably not. I think they're there, but they're not actually, like, there. Probably, right? They're just models, they're not hitboxes. Ow. Definitely gonna need an armor upgrade before I fight Gore. I bounce without green. Good. Good. Fantastic. Will you guys hurry the fuck up? Oh. He's gone. Oh, is Kaku not good enough for me? Kaku's good enough for me, but I need armor spheres. That's the issue. I need some dang armor spheres to actually get this. We're having a bad control today, huh? Let me just do this real quick. Hopefully, that makes it work a little bit better. Don't phrase it like that. No. God damn it, Lugia. Yeah, that just blew up on their faces and they didn't even give a shit. Holy crap, those guys are solid. Full-on explosion. Just shrug it off. It don't matter. I like that the Ace Cadet's plans just involve us killing the problems. I have a plan. You kill the thing that's bothering us. Makes it a true Monster Hunter game true. One person does everything. It's just the way it is. Guys, you know there's more rocks in the way, right? You just gonna whip up some more explosives? Could you not have chosen a route that doesn't include shitloads of rocks? I suppose we couldn't really just go back to camp. It's the thing with the Everwood. You need to actually get to the other side of it to get out. Which is a pain in the butt. It's not just the Gormagala. The Gormagala's sung with congas. That's not fair. I want to summon help. Well, there goes one of them. Maybe the congas weren't my help. Considering Gore just killed one of them. Nope. I actually got the wing break as well. Head break and wind break. Don't know if I can get the tail on this quest or not. Oh. Get in. Nice. Just go for a quickie. Oh, I bounced off the head. Apparently I need to charge up. I need to charge up. Yeah, there's a reason you don't fight this guy until the end of this rank properly, huh? One, two, three, bonk. I can't even pierce with a fully charged hit. If I hit the wrong bit of the blade, that's scuffed. Kaku weapon. Turns out not great. Which is fair, because it hasn't been upgraded yet. Good. Perfect. Now I don't have to deal with the frenzy. Which just helps me feel a little bit less panicked. It's alright. They're nearly over there. I tried to hit the tail there, but it took so much longer to pull the weapon out than I thought it was going to. And 1, 2, 3, bonk. Oh, are you going to let me get the full thing off? No, he's not. It would have been incredibly kind, though. It's all good. It's all good. He's gonna make some more explosives to get rid of the giant rock that he somehow didn't see until that point. I think that's the rappel, right? Yep. Good. Hey, Mike. Welcome. Good to have you. Ew, Kezua. Wait until I get the Kezu's sword. Does he have a Kezu sword, actually? I don't know. He might have a Kezu insect glaive, I'm not sure. Gore stuff. Why does the ace have to be wearing Kezu armor? Maybe he just really likes Kezu. Who knows? Hi, Rachel. Welcome. Good to have you. Maybe it's his favorite monster. Oh, and actually, I have the urgent? Wait, already? I only just started 4-star. I have the urgent quest? Huh. Well. Neat. Get me out of this superior music zone. I need to be in the island I'm meant to be on. When am I gonna get this damn fish to appear, man? After seeing that movie animation, it's funny imagining how they do that every time you fast travel. Yep. Right, double Gypsaros. Like, we literally just traveled all the way to the guild to help with that quest, went to the Everwood, went back to the guild, and then my hunter went, I just need to go check something in the middle of the ocean, guys. Hope you don't mind. Just to get here and be like, no, it wasn't there, never mind, don't worry. Hey, hi Skullbot. Welcome. Stumbling over all those pots, yep. Surely he just gives up at some point, right? Save their skin, you can get a little root. Yeah. True. I'm entitled to it. Oh no. I do all the work? I don't do all of the work, right? I do all of the dangerous work. But the cat cooks meals for presumably everyone all of the time. Also the hunter. The smith does make all of my shit, right? The Wycoon is trading with all of the things to get me resources all the time. Fuck knows what the Caravaneer does. Honestly, dude's just there. It's his caravan, but he's basically the mascot. Doesn't do anything. He's the morale. Keeps the band together. Oh no, Lugia. Did you just pour drink all over yourself? Is that what you're saying? Yep. Yeah, that's not quite right. Of course they had to be in the same area, huh? Actually hit it, good. energy drink as well. At least you didn't get a drink with your takeaway and it was your takeaway that had arrived and you immediately poured the takeaway drink over yourself. That would have been worse. That would have been a lot worse. Hot coffee, yeah. Bonk. Tonight you'll visit some festival day fruits down in the city. Hopefully you'll return not looking like grape cheese. Hopefully. The league does the people. And a 1, 2. Frickin' flash. Wait, is he play dead? Already? Huh. Okay. Well, I hit that one at least. It wasn't my intended target, but I did hit it. This should be fine. Good. Okay, is he actually dead, or is that play dead again? Because it could be either. I'm going to assume actually. Nope. He is once again playing. Not good enough. It can't be a third time. There we go. Good. Also, I had a dog bomb in my inventory. I just completely forgot they gave it to me. There was no need to do this. Hey, Mace. Welcome. How you doing? How's it going? You're very mad. That seems to be the average for today, yep. Honestly. It seems like it's been a thoroughly meh day for a lot of people. It's good to have you here nonetheless. I hope that for you, me, and many others, it improves. Confused too, having a bit of anxiety. You're alive, so that's a thing, yep. Why are you confused? Anxiety, you can't explain why you're having necessarily, right? That just pops out of nowhere. You're just confused at life. That's completely understandable. Honestly, I get it. That's fair. You know what's not necessarily confusing, but is kind of funny? I'm actually getting quite a decent chunk of grey hairs growing in on my head. Just to be confused at life, right? I'm 27. I'm too young to die. I don't think I'm gonna die because I get grey hair. Hallelujah. Getting greys when you were 23 and it hasn't stopped for 3 years. Yeah, I mean, I was getting them when I was younger as well, but there wasn't many, right? It was just like 1 or 2 here or there. It's shot up a lot. It shot up a lot. Ooh, the slap. The disrespect kill. You prefer grey hair over receding highlight? Yeah. Yeah, I'd prefer that as well. For my own sake. I like my hair, it keeps my head warm. It's an important function that it provides to me. Also, I don't like wearing hats. Oh, you can't do it once the quest's ended? Dang it. Actually older than you, not by much. Cool. Surprisingly, I am, compared to a lot of people, which is weird. I jokingly said to my partner, it's fine, it just means I'll be a silver fox in a few years. Which was horrible. We're still 26. Nice. We still got a good chunk of time left. We're fine. We're fine. You still have time left? I'm pretty sure we do as well, play. Like, there's not, you know, there's not just like a kill switch in humanity when we hit 30, right? We keep going. Like, we'll be fine. Or 20 element, yep. Got a weapon I can't build, just to make it even more insulting. It's usually the time where the midlife crisis kicks in. 30? No, it's not. You could argue it's maybe late 30s / early 40s, but it's usually like mid 40s. In fairness, way back when the average lifespan was 30. The average lifespan was disproportionately lower than people actually lived for, though, right? Because of infant mortality. Which made, like, average lifespan a lot lower. Because there was really high numbers of child death, basically. Pregnancy weren't so great in terms of the old survival rate for either party. Says the man with grey hair. Don't be jealous just because you've got nothing to show that you're mature. It's not your fault, okay? Enjoy your youth while you can. Play, there's no need to be upset. I know you young'uns, right? You whippersnappers. You just want... You want to be grown up as quickly as possible. You just don't understand, okay? Bro just learned how to talk, so already saying the dumbest shit possible. Sometimes you dream you could be 18 or 20 again. Oh man, I don't. To fix shit and have more time? Dude, you're 6 years older than that. Oh my god, Svongler. Shut up, man. You're so brainwashed by your country. It's insane. You don't want to grow up yet? Yeah, good. How? Because you're miserable constantly. Which is exactly what your country does to fucking everyone who lives there. You're either filled with national pride or you're all miserable all the time. And fatalistically miserable. To the point where it's like, I haven't achieved anything by the time I'm a quarter of the way through my entire lifespan. I'm a fucking worthless piece of trash. It's like, yeah, sure. Because you've been on this earth for 26 years, of which 18 of them were learning to have a fully French, like, or not even 18 of them, right? Like 20 something of them are getting your brain to the point where it's actually fully developed. And then after that point where your brain's fully developed, you then decide you're worth nothing. You haven't even had time to do anything yet. It's been a year. That's one statement. I'm sick of people thinking that you've got to achieve shit by the time that you're like 20, man. Everyone seems to decide their worth as a human being for the rest of their life by the time they're like 25. Because, you know, as soon as you hit 25, it's impossible to learn anything anymore. To change careers, to move country. To learn a new skill. Nah, fuck it, you're done. It's over. Sorry. Learn new skills. Talk to people. Work on yourself. People are just like, nah. I hit 25 and the only thing I ever learned how to do was become an office administrator, so this is the rest of my life. And I'll just be sad about it and complain forever instead of actually doing anything. It's dumb as fuck. No 6-digit income by the time you're 12? Nah, yeah, basically. Not married and don't have 4 kids by the time that you become able to give childbirth, just give up. Hey, Topaz. Welcome. Sorry you came in on the middle of that. You're not talking about career now? No, you're just mentioning like literally every single other aspect of life all the time, constantly. This is another week, another time I'm playing for you. Another time we're having this conversation. Because of you. Half the shit in your menu's missing? In for you, Lugia? What do you mean? The McDonald's menu. Huh? It's missing? They don't deliver all of it usually? Oh, okay. Nine nuggies are missing? Do they still have 6 nuggies and 20 nuggies? Because at that point, like... Huh? Why are the sauces missing? They come in packets. It doesn't make any sense. Why can't you order literally base chips? They just didn't pack them. I don't know how you guys order from that place still, man. You actually tried your McDonald's replacement? Same shit, although it was lovingly nicknamed the Taste of Arsehole. Wanted to go, but the hubby wasn't feeling good. Aww. It's not going to go well for anyone, huh? I mean, it might not be anymore, but at least to begin with, the McDonald's replacement was just, quite literally, McDonald's, right? It was just selling all of the McDonald's stuff, but with the logo black marker penned over. I remember seeing pictures of that, it made me chuckle so much. I shouldn't really get hit by the backflip, so... Not his day. It's not a lot of people's days, apparently. It's weird like that sometimes, right? It's just, like, cursed. For a lot of people all at the same time, it just kind of, it takes a dip. It's so weird. Pretty sure Rathian starts in 3, so I'm going to go to 5, into 10, into the little middle area where the Palico is, then over to 3. You've got the schedule for your spoken exams, and it's not shit. Hey, good. Good. Everyone's suffering. It's the heat, man. It's the heat. It's fucking everything up. Everywhere. Get to do them all in 3 days. Instead of the maximum 4, so you don't have to travel 4 times. That's nice. Especially since, if I understand your, like, the way that works for you at the moment, you essentially just go in, do it, and then go back home, right? So it's really bloody annoying. Treasure? Treasure Palico, you know, I might be interested in. I do want a stealing one, but treasure? Might be a worthy secondary. MH4U Palicos. Increases Palico's gathering speed. Prevents them from attacking, they focus on gathering. Makes them gather better, basically. Causes them to gather repeatedly and upgrades their gathering ability. And then stealing is... Boomerang gets stronger. Causes them to only attack with the boomerang. Decreases the likelihood of them being targeted and then upgrades it so they're actually able to steal. Can they not steal until they max it out? That's kind of cheap. Oh no, they can steal straight away. Okay. So one thievery would be enough. But we can probably do a mixture until we get max. 2 days with 2 exams and 1 day with 1 exam. Nice. Raffi and Frame one charging a cutscene is accurate, yeah. They knew what they were doing when they made that cutscene. I have heard, regarding the Palico's stealing ability in this game, that it's not very good until your Palico is maxed. Until, like, basically until you have 5 thieving Palicos in your first stringers. So I might just run one of them until I have all 5. I don't know. I really need to break the wings. Remember to break the wings. I need to fight a lot of Raffian and get a lot of wing breaks. Raffian is going to be my primary target for a lot of this. Ooh, go. Run, 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 run. Go, 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 go. And away. 1, 2, 3. Smack. Good. And a 1, 2, 3. Go. Go. Two, 3. Please hit the tail. Balls. Yeah. Has a hard time strong men cure diarrhea. I've never heard that before, but that's a fantastic way of putting that. Nails what that condition is, yep. It's an eating disorder and beer alcoholism. Aww. That's poor. That's unfortunate for them. I hope they manage to recover from that at some point. Shoot projectile! I mean, if you've already got explosive force, why not make a weapon, right? I guess at that point... God. Sometimes, you know, you say stuff and you regret it before it's even fully left your mouth, but you keep going. That was one of those times. I wish I never said that. Stealthiest, deadliest, and also stinkiest. Can't even claim Silent Assassin on that one if you were playing Hitman, because there's no way it's going to be silent. It's just getting worse. Oppenheimer would never match your genius. Propane's very loud, but still counts as silent assassin because it's an accident. Yeah, true. You could just claim it as an accident, right? Killed the target and lost all of your pride, if you had any. The very well-placed leaking propane, yeah. Sparks from a bullet. I did always wonder about that. Like, would there be no way to tell? I guess it's only if there's witnesses that it matters, right? But surely, in terms of, like, forensics point of view, that would be tellable that that happened? Because Snake's a good name. Oh no. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, I'm cursed. What a cursed start. What a cursed start. I say as we're an hour and 50. We're an hour and 15 minutes in. Oh, hey! I'm going to be repeating this fight a lot. Can't be more cursed than League after waking up. I'd already been up for an hour, so it was alright for me. Oh no, screw this. Get that. Run. Grab this. Gonna try and get a refund for your menu, as you should. Considering they didn't deliver half of it. They gotta be stealing it, right? That's gotta be what it is. There's no way that they just forget to do, like, the sauces is fair. They forget to put chips, or fries, I should say. No way. No way, right? How do you forget to put chips in? Sauces they just forgot. That's fair. Cool, Golden Blade is upgraded. Golden Blade is upgraded. 2 weapons done from 1 quest. Hell yeah. Double marked as that. You just wonder why McDonald's employees would steal chips? Oh no, I mean the people delivering it. Because you didn't go and pick it up, right? I assume the people delivering it aren't McDonald's employees. The bag is sealed. Oh. Maybe they got one of those little heat guns where you like heat it up and unseal it and then reseal it again. It's turning into like a heist at this point, but the fact that it's sealed and they haven't, that's wild, man. You must have like the shittiest McDonald's in history. The sauces I understand, like you just don't put them in, right?
So tasty.
They're so friggin' understaffed, they give zero shits about deliveries. That is highly possible, yeah. Going to the restaurant, it's fine. That's gotta be it then, yeah. Here we go. I just wanted a little bit of each. Just that I got them. Right. My quests appear to be done. You're upset at the owners? Yeah. Well, it's their fault if they're understaffed, right? I want to go to here. This is where I want to go to. Steal sources? Their lives being shambles. I mean, they probably can't afford to eat, which is what if they're taking, like, stuff. Horrible thing to think of, but... Tuna Silla? That's probably the last quest that I haven't done here. Let me just go over here again just to talk to the lady to tell her I've done her quest. But not 9, yeah. I swear, this Bumble Pumpkin shit just doesn't work the way I've been told it works, man. Not hungry now, so you sip coffee and rest. Good. Good. Hopefully, yeah. Otherwise that's gonna be bad. It's all gonna start tumbling down again. Okay, we got one more quest to do, and we're actually gonna do some stuff here. I was wrong this morning when I said that we wouldn't be doing any multiplayer today. We will be doing some multiplayer today. The shittiest one I have. Thanks, Lygia. What, you liar? I'm not prepared. That's karma? Look, I am gonna do a quest and then multiplayer. So you got time to prepare. Even more? Yeah, well, I need to farm the Scylla, so I'm actually kind of glad that I'm doing even more of it. I've got to upgrade my actual weapon to the Nasilla weapon. And then I need to do the other thing. What's the other thing? It's the catcher weapon. Is it a catcher weapon? No, the Ludroth Bone Sword requires claw pluses as well. Or just claws, I should say. So I'm never really going to be that upset about having to fight Nasilla, because Nasilla and Rathian are the two that in the long run are going to be the farming targets, I think, in this rank. Maybe a little bit of Kutku. No, I just need Killer Beetles for that, so it's not even Kutku. Maybe Zamtrios for Cold Sacks, whatever they're called. And also being able to mine Dragonite. Frost Sacks are the high rank one, aren't they? Or is that the low rank one? No, it is. It's Frost Sacks, Freezer Sacks, Cryo Sacks. Yep. Frost Sacks. Thank you. Really wish they'd re-release for you. PC. The only thing that I think about that, in terms of re-releasing 3U, 4U, and GU, is that if they do it, it's probably going to come at the cost of shutting down all services for those games that already exist, right? For example, 4U on console still has active multiplayer. 3U on Wii U still has active multiplayer. If they re-release them onto PC, there's no way they're keeping those multiplayers back up again. Or onto Switch. And that's gonna suck for the people who actually like want to play on them, right? Active, quote unquote, for people who play in 3U as like the entire populace that bought Wii U stuff. So I'd say that's pretty good numbers. Welcome, good to have you. You too, Freak Buff. Good to have you. Hope you're both doing good today. But 4U has a lot of people playing it, honestly. On 3DS, 4U has a lot of people. There's usually a few pages of lobbies. And also something I would be kind of worried about as well is the... Capcom is likely to go after, like, what I'm doing right now, right? I'm on Citra. Capcom's likely to go a little bit harder after Citra for 3U, 4U. If they re-release the game, so I really don't want to deal with that. I'm trying to hit this thing in the face, but it just keeps not letting me. It's very annoying. As long as you have the OG game, emulation is perfectly legal. Yep. But it doesn't mean that they can't, like, put pressure on the people doing it. In other ways. When have companies cared about legality? To get people to stop doing stuff? Capcom doesn't seem to care if no one makes money off of it. They don't at the moment. But as soon as someone brings that up in a board meeting, then suddenly they care a lot all of a sudden. Is the thing. when it gets brought up in a board meeting that fans are running a Frontier server, right? And then the shareholders are like, oh, so we're making money off of that, right? And then the board's like, no, we let them do it. Now you got an issue. They know about Frontier? Some of them know about Frontier. I refuse to believe all of them do. Capcom has its own guidelines for streams and videos. Oh, really? Am I in breach of any of them by merely mentioning this? I did not know about that. Hit it! I think that did. It's the nuke button, yeah. You have Capcom themed emotes? Yes. Technically, they could be anything. All I'm saying. Have they ever enforced that, though? That feels like a rule that someone puts into place, but no one enforces. To me. One of those things that exist, yeah. It wouldn't be able to be held up in court because there's a legal precedent for not holding it up. Probably. Unless they wanted to go after, like, every single Monster Hunter streamer in the entirety of Twitch. Which probably isn't gonna go great. There's too many bridges banned at that point, right? Free, boom, and boom. This is on Blue Dock. And you would know, like, Lugia would know. Lugia made it. You already got a notification from them to put down your profile picture again? Wait, what? That's wild. To like Icarus, but they didn't make it, so it's perfectly fine, yeah. Hey Furious, welcome. You should not share game footage without adding your own video or content unless the game, console, or device permits sharing of game footage. What? fuck does that mean? Should be appropriate for the audience of Capcom games. Oh, it's very non-specific. Man, I hate legal speak. I hate that it can be so non-specific and they can get away with it. I actually have a thing about spoilers on here. Neat. Neat. We do not allow Capcom content and other materials to be used to make money or gain any other financial benefit. With a possible monetization described below. So technically, if you have, say like I did Monster Hunter speedruns in my spare time and locked them behind a Patreon wall, technically they can ask me to take that down. That's wild. For payment of any kind. That's so dumb. I hate that people are allowed to write shit like this and get away with it, man. Cool. Well, good to know that that exists. And I will not remember it and completely forget it again in like a day's time. Okay. The main blade. Upgrade. That sucker is done. Upgrade this as well. Ludroth Bone Sword is now the Ludroth Bone Sword Plus, which doesn't upgrade to high rank. Nice. Very nice. Man, I got a lot of upgrades done here. My worst weapon, because Lugia is a horrible person. Thank you, Lugia. I think my worst weapon has to be one of these. The giant dual blades. Instead of this one, because this does have a sliver of green, which is going to make it way easier to use. So we'll use one of these instead. Ugh. Oh, God, help. For taking your blue. Not monetizing a profile picture? Yeah. I really feel I genuinely feel like it should be illegal for companies to do that. Because they're essentially, like, trying to bully you out of using anything that's related to their IP for the fear that they're going to sue you, right? By just throwing random strikes. Or sending you emails to be like, you can't use this. Hey, there we go. Look at that gold tick. Bomb. Nice. Thank you for the aerial swax, Mace. Collector is what it is. Multiplayer. That's what I'm doing. Change online. Local play. Yes. I am not connected to a lobby. Fad. There we go. If you want to join for some multiplayer, feel absolutely free to do so. I am in the foregathering of Admirable Dundormians number 2 of the French variety on Citra. Anything that is obtainable in HR2 is allowed to go. This is Citra? Yeah, there's no way the game would look this good if it wasn't. It'd look like a blurry mess if it wasn't Citra. Someone pin that? So we don't have to ask repeatedly. I'll do it in a moment. Here. I have a HD texture pack on, which is why this is looking as good as it is, despite the fact it's in 1080. Yeah. Anything obtainable in HR2, so it's obviously low-rank stuff, is all good to go. Oops, that needs an E on it. The foregathering of Dundormians. I can't spell. Can I edit my own message? I can't. Balls. Oh well. I also love that I can't pin messages unless I'm actually here. There we go. Unpin after. At the very latest. Say like 120 minutes. What's the point of giving me that? Twitch! Okay. Right, let's go. Oh, did I put number 2 in there? Yeah, I did. Good. Do you need a password? Nope. Shouldn't do. Must be a weapon from the metal tree. Interesting, thank you. I assume that's all of the ones that exist from the base metal tree. So if it started off as a metal weapon, any of those, not just the ones which are now metal. Cool. Thank you, Play. I will get that going after we've done the 4 with this terrible weapon. Here. Because Lugia is a big old meanie. Big old mean meanie. It's alright, I'm going to put you through a whole bunch of gathering stuff. Is Hub only in the first city? Yeah. You can fast travel to it on the map, specifically, as well. Gathering Hub. But if you specifically want to walk into it, you can only walk into it from Val Harbor. At least until G rank. Just bully Lugia when she joins. I don't need to. Lugia just has to help me go through a whole bunch of gathering quests of large monster bones and not monster bones, sorry, of like eggs and powder stones and stuff. Oh, it didn't give me a mount there, really? Huh. You're gonna post lots of Palico quests on G. Sorry, I don't do Palico quests. Now that I've done them all, I do not do them anymore. Hyperplesium, I can live with that. The question is, Lugia, how patient are you? I think you've had whiffs of how patient I am. I don't know how patient you are. Because I imagine one of us will get annoyed by Hyperplesium first. Oh, Amatsu will annoy me first, though. That will drive me up the wall very quickly. That's true. I lose on that one. Although we'd failed the quest so many times that I still actually need to do the quest in the first place. So. You'd be annoyed first on Hyperplesium. You're annoyed if you exist, Mace. If you're playing a game and you exist, you're annoyed at it, man. Hyperplesy as well, but someone doesn't allow guns. Guns are fine. You can use guns, you just can't use Valor guns. Mace uses light bow gun all the time. Never fought a Plesioth outside of stories too. How bad could it be? Depending on what game you're fighting him, terrible to alright. Grab hard. Trigger depth striker light bowgun? Sure. We do an open lobby later. We are indeed play for GU. I believe, if I remember correctly, I have 2 Valstrax and 1 Teostra left to do. And that's it. Is walking into the hub all you gotta do? No, so you need to open up the mini-map. Click on the hub, specifically. Go into, like, it says go online or something, then do local multiplayer. You want to go into a local multiplayer, search a gathering hub. And then you'll find mine in there, and you join it that way. That should be all you need to do. It sounds like a lot, but it's really just 3 clicks, and it's pretty simple. It will be on Switch Play, yeah? And I'm in G4 now, so people can use whatever gear they want. The only thing that's banned is hyper bowguns. Hyper bowguns? Sorry, Valor bowguns. They might as well be hyper bowguns. Even your lever S if you want to, yeah. How much left of GU? Too much. I don't know. Hey, there you go. You got it. I truly do not know. There's only 1 tier of quests left to do. There's only 4-star. When are you counting GU as finished? When I have completed all of the quests, not including deviants, not including event quests. So today we'll start with 2 hours of single player because I've still got single player quests that I need to do. And then it will be followed by 2 hours of multiplayer, open lobby quests. I can't remember how much village I had left. I think it was something like 15 quests. In Hub, I think... I've got less than 100 quests left to do. I know that much. In Hub, I don't know. In Hub, I'm mainly focusing on trying to get the Elder Dragons done because they're cycling quests and it's really annoying to do them. 2000s, a cheap but realistic full sawn off shotgun toy was sold around. That's actually really cool. Bomb glove, that's really cool. Valor light bowgun is allowed? No, no Valor bowgun at all. I don't know what Valor light bowgun has, but no Valor bowgun at all. I'll be honest. I'll be completely honest with you, Mace. I don't even care. I just don't want to look at the weapon someone's using and being like, right, okay, it's specifically a light bowgun. Now they can or can't use Valor. It's just easier to be like, that's a gun, Valor, no. The Valor melee is allowed? Yep. Kind of made a ton of cheap, kind of messy but flimsy but sometimes cool little toy guns. That's cool. Bone Greatsword, one of your favorites. How, Kenpachi? It's so bad. I have no sharpness. It's terrible. It doesn't even do good damage. It's beautiful. You know, this is a hub quest as well, Lugia, so it's gonna take like twice as long just in general. Not even without the weapon. It's better when you upgrade it. It's still always kind of got like rough sharpness though, right? I always remember that being a thing with the bone weapons all the way down. They kind of always have pretty bad sharpness. Whee. I've used 9 heals. Jeez. Oh, boos. Nope. Not like you don't have to look at the weapons the weapon either way, but sure, I guess. What do you mean I don't have to look at the weapon either way, Mace? If it's not even that good, why do you care? It's no big deal, right? As a kid was a toy RPG with a plastic rocket pushed out by a spring. Amazing. Because it's fun, fair enough. You can play it at other points though, right? I'm sure heavy bowgun valor is fun as well, but just rather not deal with it. What greatswords do I have unlocked? Do exclamation mark collector, Kampachi. You can see all of the ones I have on that little link there. If they're marked in green, I've built them. If they're marked in green on the right, I've built that stage, which means I won't have the previous stage anymore. Lugia got multiplayer to work, yeah. You're not in the Citra lobby, Dustin. Or is that what you're struggling to find? Type in FAD, F-A-D, in the search bar, and then sort it by alphabetical. It's quite near the top. The cat's so good at this game, man. Ludroff again, thank you, Ramhard. Will Craptop come around for you and not have an aneurysm? Yeah, 3DS is really hard to emulate. One in green I have? Correct, yeah. I'm just dead here, I think. Well, this is gonna suck. This is what happens when you can't pierce the monster 90% of the time. The only way I can pierce it is if I fully charge every attack. Fine. Sure. I might genuinely fail this quest. I have to identify the fact it's a bowgun either way. Oh no, I just look at it. For that. That's what you mean? I don't look at the icon, I look at the weapon, physically. Can you see the icons in GU? I honestly don't know. I don't look at them. I look at the weapon physically. I know you can see them when you're on a quest together. I don't know if you can see them in the lobby. In the player list, middle right on the screen. Yeah, I think I've played that game for so long that I've just, like, zoned that information out of my existence, to be honest. But then, yeah, fair enough. Go ahead. I just genuinely didn't remember that was there. Man, this is so boring. One, two, three. Fully charged attack just bounces. It's the most unnecessary restriction. Eh. I mean, I'd honestly prefer if no one used fucking Valor, so... But, yeah. It's whatever. I don't want to stop other people from doing stuff. At that point, everyone will use Adept. Yep, just shows how shit of a game GU is. You get to play two styles, that's it, you're welcome. It's so poorly made. You didn't consider the sharpness with the defecting. Thankfully, this is probably the only quest I'm going to do where we actually have to fight monsters. People are bad at using Alchemy and Striker. Plenty of those are equally as strong. It's not that they're bad, it's just not safe. Why would you ever play a style that's just the style that's just less safe, right? Valor and Adept allow you to do shitloads of damage and put you at essentially no risk for it. That's the issue. Why would you ever learn how to use Striker or Alchemy? Unless you're in a situation where you're like, I actively want to learn stuff, right? It's just taking away comfort, essentially. People are going aren't comfortable with Valor, be it their own volition or because they need it. Yeah, that's why I say that it's a bad gameplay decision. I don't blame the people, I blame the devs. Strike a light bowgun is strong as a step, give 3 arts and has more damage, but it doesn't have the safety. You realize my controller doesn't work properly, right? Didn't know what to press? Eh? No idea. It's all buttons? Oh. Neat. Hello, Human Harvest, welcome. What? I grew up with the barrel. Long time no see. How you doing? How's the grind going? It's going alright. It's going alright. But now I know I can press all 4 buttons. Nope, not good enough. No, I don't want to get on the freaking barrel. No! I want to do quests. Coward, we will be here the rest of the day. We will never leave this barrel. You're fine with that? I'm not. I'm doing okay, Human Harvest. Not good, not bad. Honestly. Does the game recognize the spam, or do you need to hit the 4 buttons individually? Yeah, that was the question. Truly the biggest sin of modern Monster Hunter removing the barrel? World didn't remove the barrel, it's only Rise that did, Dustin. The barrel exists in World. It's just the portable devs. They don't want anyone to have fun. Genu doesn't have it either. Yeah, the portable devs, man. They don't want anyone to have a good time. I'm telling you. As for button mash and any kind works, it recognizes all of it. Fair enough. I'm getting old. I can't win button mashes anymore. It's truly a sad day in any hunter's life. Friday will be Alien Extermination Day? What? Nice. We arm wrestled for the sub too, so it's a free one for you, right? I mean, I'm not running it anymore. I'm not running it until you beat me, at least. Alien Dark Descent released? I didn't even know they were doing Alien game, honestly. World has shit generic progression. Chip weapon progression looks. Feels like a generic Monster Hunter game. Doesn't feel like Monster Hunter, but at least the barrel's there. I would agree with you on the shit weapon progression. I do not agree at all on it doesn't feel like Monster Hunter. World feels more like Monster Hunter than GU does to me. Personally. So that one's incredibly person dependent. From the devs of whatever the hell that is. It's kind of like XCOM. Oh, cool. Nice. Oh. How many bloodstones do I have? Okay, I have 5. That's good enough, probably. You have the management and team squad based from XCOM paired with gameplay style from Pathfinder, which I've never played. Seems weird. Interesting though. Hopefully it's well done and well received. Because that seems very much different to the way that most of the Alien games are made, from my knowledge. GU feels more like a ROM hack of a normal Monster Hunter. That, yes. That is very, very appropriate. Actually. .95% positive reviews on Steam. Wait, didn't it come out on this Friday? How does it have 95% positive reviews? Whoops. It's a good ROM hack? I'll be honest, for the most part, if you gave me a choice on whether I would want to play GU or Freedom Unite, I would pick Freedom Unite. I'm not a fan. If you played Freedom Unite, of course you're gonna pick it. Why? I'd say a lot of people would rather pick this than Freedom Unite. I'm just gonna spam through these, by the way. I'm just rushing. We're just going. Equestria. Does Sootstone drain health? No, it does not. Only Powder Stones drain health. Or in this game, only powder stones drain health, I should say. Hey, why are you HR2? Weren't you just 1? Yeah, I completed the urgent quest to go up to HR2. That's the Nasilla that I did by myself. Most reviews you're reading are people sulking about problems most others don't have. Whoops. That sounds about right. For reviews. Why are you angry, Lugia? You need to play old gens more. 3U and 4U are super worth playing. Oops. I was happy you were on my level for once. Well, you'll be there again soon, I'm sure. If you play any 4U by yourself, at any point, Lugia, you'll catch up extremely quickly. Getting overwhelmed and hunted in late game by a hive of genetically engineered aliens looks normal to you to not confront every encounter? Yeah, you probably don't want to fight everything at that point. Seems like it would go pretty bad for you. It seems like one of those things where the people complaining about the issues that the game has aren't people who are necessarily, like, understanding of the franchise, right? They're just playing it for the sake of playing it. There's nothing wrong with that, but I don't know Aliens as a franchise particularly well, but even I know, like, you don't fuck with those things. Unless you have to. Basically everything about them is just bad for people, right? Same with XCOM. XCOM, you can kind of sort of do everything at the end of the game, right? But yeah, for what it's worth, Lugia, the next tier is going to take a really long time. A really, really long time to get everything done. So you're going to have, like, plenty of time to catch up if you want said time. To get yourself to HR3. Wait, did you, yours, oh, yours didn't make it up here, Dustin, no. That's right, he's going. Yeah, it's just, like, not nice, right? What part of that is happy? None of that is happy. Man, this weapon is so bad without green sharpness. Because I have the yellow sharpness, like, damage debuff as well. Which makes it a lot worse. It's bees, but worse. Bees? Again, prey jumped you? Oh, that's why you were murdering them. GU's in around 2 hours, correct, Lugia? But multiplayer won't be for another 4. Because I've still got Village I need to do. Which will probably be today and tomorrow. Why, thank you for keeping us safe. Why is that, Lugia? You're just counting down the seconds until GU is dripped straight into your veins. You need a nap or you're gonna be dead. Ah, fair enough. Well, I doubt it will take overly long to do all of the quests in this tier. To be honest, and then I'll pop back to single player at that point, so. You'll be alright. Did you run out of character limit on Citra, by the way, Dustin, or did you misspell your name? I've just noticed you're Dustin Lion here. Instead of Lionheart. Character limit, okay. God damn it, Lugia. I didn't even say that. That's just you being filthy. I said lion here. Lion far. Oh no. Oh, God. That got to that real quick, huh? Oh, I forgot I meant to be fishing every time I come here. God damn it. You've been called weirder. That does not surprise me. Demon Prince down. Hey, well done, Chisel. Okay, Danish Prince is a bit odd. Dust Bunny doesn't seem that weird. What's that? I can't even read what that second one's meant to be. That's Yini? That just ain't good reading. Oh god. Being shark? Yeah, we'll be fighting in a moment. We just gotta kill his babies at the moment. We're gonna come back for him later. Friends love to tease you, get annoyed with flirty women. That's kind of funny. Kill the babies to do him later. Are you sure you downloaded the correct for you? Yep. I am. You remember playing GU in the bus next to your friend, getting hit by a Samite saying he's sucking me? Slightly louder than you intended to. Nice, Mace, nice. Your friend didn't happen to, like, simultaneously put their head down to get something out of their bag that was on the floor at the same point, did they? Just to make it, like, a perfect disaster. Right, metal weaponry. What have I got from the metal paths? Probably the Ravager Blade is my best one, honestly. So we'll switch to that. You can leave, yep. It's so that you can use your farm and stuff. And the smithy. About your Ludroth Blade? It's the one after this one, Ramhad. So 4 with the Ravager, then 4 with the Ludroth. Player got one in before you, but because we use them for 4 quests, it takes quite a while to actually get to the next one. We will get to it, don't worry. Go on, Twatty. You can also fast travel into your room. If you so wish, Lugia. Useful access to orange. Yeah, Mace is still in the same spot, Chisel. You haven't... Mace, as far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure I'm correct in this one. Mace hasn't had a chance to play it since they played it last, because they haven't been round where the PS4 is. So they're still at Aldrich. Cool, yep. It's really nice so that you can actually do stuff from there. Have a good day, Human Harvest. Thank you for popping by. Hope all goes well for you. Time to try a greatsword for the first time. Oh, finally! Nice. Finally! You thought you were stuck in the hub forever. Nope. Thankfully not. That would be pretty sucky, though. Oh. Procrastinate hard on trying it. Yeah, now you're going to try it against Congas. What's your guys' favourite monster in 4U specifically? Luki's not in 4U, Lugia. Valstrax is also not in 4U, Mace. Chameleos is there. Cammy is there, yeah. Gore's pretty damn good. I don't know. I really like Nasilla. I really like Gore. I really like the other thing that I can't remember the name of right now. Chaotic. Even though it's basically just Gore 2. Tetsu's really cool, right? Probably no Scylla. No, it's Chaotic Gore. Gore is the only creature I've ever got to 140. There's a reason for that. Oh, big Conga. Is crouching faster to carve? Yes, it is. When you finish the carve animation, instead of your hunter standing all the way back up and then having to go all the way back down again, you just go back up to the little crouch bit and then you can start carving again. It's true in all of the old games. I think it's also true in GU, but it's essentially irrelevant in GU because you've got hold to carve. Your favourite's Tetsu? Tetsu's really good. It's carving fatalities here, yeah. Yeah, for anything that has, like, a lot of carves, you have to do it if you want to get all of them. You literally cannot get all the carves unless you crouch them. You might be able to, but you'd probably have to be, like, frame perfect. Forever Eldering for you, GOG. Easy. GOG every time, every day. Your favorite so far is Duran Moran? Wild. He's really fun to do, like, twice. Is Gog the big snack? No, big snack is the Lamador. Gog is the walking oil spill. You're not as hooked on fights you've done 300 plus times? That's fair, that's fair. Delamador, otherwise known as Rotted Veil. True. True. Delamador's the next urgent for you. Ooh, nice. I hope you have fun with that. You want to strangle Rez and Shigeru? Oh yeah, monsters exist in that game. I uninstalled that. I forgot the Risen monsters existed. To be honest. Now you want to play Thor U, where you can't. Of course you did, yeah. You have a torch, yep. Wasn't any point in playing it anymore. You cannot burn me, no. Have a good time, Kapachi. Thanks for popping by. You have your 3DS there, but you'd have to play solo. And you don't want to do that, so you can't really play it, right? One, two, three. That did hit. Nice. You're seasick as hell to use? Oh, really? Why? Never seen anyone have issues with that before. The rubber peeled off? Oh, yeah, that would be extremely horrible. This is old gen is definitely hell. Old gen's not hell. 3U and 4U are fine. As long as you're not trying to level up Hunter rank in 3U, then it's not fine. But both of those are all good. The only ones that are hell are Generations GU and Free to Be Night, and basically any second gen and first gen game. The old gen rather than the middle gen of games. You love it, but man, it sucks, yeah. You have 100 times the hours of Sunbreak compared to World. Huh. You've heard tales about not hitting mounted monsters here? Correct. If you flinch a monster while someone's, like, you just do normal damage in this game to when people mount stuff. The same as you do in World, you just do normal damage. So if you cause it to flinch, the person who's on it gets knocked off. If you knock it over, if you break apart, the person on it will get knocked out of that mount. Changed it in GU, which is one of the few highlights. I actually quite liked it, personally, because it gave you good time to, sharpen. Anytime someone got a mount, it's like, yeah, I can sharpen now. Now someone in GU gets a mount, and I'm like, oh, man. Now I feel like I'm wasting time. Do I know what my next armor set will be, Rampart? Oh, absolutely not. I have no clue. I was tempted to get Rathian, because I'm going to be farming her a lot anyway, but then, like, I'm going to be farming her a lot anyway. I don't want to build her armor. Kind of a double-edged sword on that one, right? Maybe. Maybe Lagombi? Don't know. You can beat my ass with a torch? Yeah. I didn't think you could actually swing it. That's news to me. So does some damage, but like 30%. The reason I feel like I have to do it is because I'm helping the person doing the mount. Not because of the fact that I'm doing damage. That's the thing with torches in Try 2. I don't think I've ever used the torch in Try. To be honest. Any use in the Tundra? Haha! But when I played Try, I sat so close to my TV that I just turned up the contrast. And then anytime I left the dark area, I just turned down the contrast. Many of things, the option to not screw over the mount is just there, now there, yeah. Well, it makes me feel like I have to help the mount, basically. Because they also make mounting a little bit harder in that game, in my opinion. Which is needed. But I also do think that's a direct result of the fact that you can help people with mounts. So I feel like I have to help. Just have the Prowler mount. We don't normally have a Prowler in the lobby. Thankfully. You can fix that. You don't need to. Thankfully was in there. You can fix that, Mace. We don't need you to non-a-car, okay? Igbu, a fun mechanic for people to use. I just don't like the prowlers. I don't mind people using them, but if they're happy playing Hunter and they're gonna switch to Prowler just to add Prowler to the lobby, I don't want to see that. If people want to play it, go ahead. And also, fun, subjective. I do not enjoy Prowler in a single freaking smidgen of the time I spent playing it. It's a good idea. It's not fun for me in the slightest. It's a genius idea for the anniversary title. Oh yeah, it's a really good thing to do for the anniversary title. Very clever. On Zeos stream. You enjoyed yourself decently? Nice. Good stuff. Clearly it's because I'm afraid of change, because I'm biased. Yeah, that's why I really hate World. Also famously known for hating World. I actually think every Monster Hunter game after Freedom Unite's been really bad. Because they changed some of the base mechanics and it just made them terrible. They pushed that narrative on me, huh? What, that you don't like stuff? Because you're afraid of change? Some people claim you're too biased to enjoy Rise and World. You haven't even played World. Really, have you? How can you be too biased to not enjoy World when you haven't even played the damn thing? Well, not properly, right? You haven't properly played it. People who love World cannot accept that people just don't like World. Oh, Rise, sorry. World as well. But the people who really love Rise literally cannot fucking handle a single ounce of criticism towards that game. I don't normally like to be mean to people, but it's extremely true. Game's got some really good shit. You have 200 hours, you feel like you gave it a genuine try? Yeah. Yeah, I've got like 350 or something. Completed high rank twice, completed junior rank once. For every monsters, right? In the entire game. It's not like I didn't play it. Both games are good, one just feels better to play than the other for you. Yeah, same for me. Exactly the same for me, mate. It feels better to play World than it feels to play Rise. Simple. It feels better to play 4U than it feels to play GU. They're in the same gen. Feels better to play Free U than it does to play Portable Third, right? Maybe it's just because Rise is the newest game and I haven't started streaming a lot. Or when, like, World was new, I wasn't streaming a lot, right? But man, people get really butthurt with that game in particular. How do you pronounce... Yeah, that name? You tried your best and I just laughed. It sounded like you gave up, and it sounded very funny. Shall tab out of souls to deny your assumption that Free U feels better than Portable Third? I didn't assume anything. It does feel better. Not for you, but it does for me. I didn't assume shit. It does feel better. It's better to play DOS than to play Frontier. Did you actually scratch that? I mean, they're basically the same game to begin with, so... In fact, I think they are the same game, technically, for like a few ranks. Not for many, but for a few. With some extra monsters plopped in there. You like Radar? Only plays it because of viewership. I don't think you can do that with any game, to be honest. Radar? Where'd that come from? Does Dark Souls 3 have crossplay? No. As far as I'm aware, no. What platform is Meep on? From my understanding, yes. Because we're talking about not liking Rise, which he does not. Oh, okay. I mean, the thing with viewership, Mike, you gotta remember directly with Twitch, right? Even if you're not playing something you enjoy, more viewership equals more money. So depending on how much a boost in viewership that is for Mega, that's significant. And also it just feels good, to be honest. When you got quite a lot of people there, it just feels good. It feels like you're doing a good job, it feels like you're entertaining people. People go to work and it's not fun, right? But it earns the money. Faster delivering your water was girl, she lifted those like they're nothing. Exercise. Scary what it does to people. If you ain't having fun doing it, it doesn't feel worth it. I agree on a basic level, but also I will say it ain't as easy as that, right? Like, that's just not how stuff works. It just doesn't work like that. Thank you for joining, Lugia. I hope you managed to make Cubby feel better. And that you get your nap in. Build a community on what you play the most as well. Someone plays Rise a lot, hates it. Guess what? They consistently play it. That's unfortunate for. Yeah. Yep. Some people don't care about necessarily building community though, right? Tried to leave the lobby, but Citra crashed. Yeah, that seems about right. Enjoy the low. You only play stuff you enjoy, people aren't keen watching it, yeah. For example, to give an example that's very, like, close for me, I enjoy doing speedruns. I have limited tolerance for them, right? But I do enjoy doing them. Viewership is consistently worse if I'm doing a speedrun. I have 3, by the way, Dustin, if you also managed to get 3 from 6. Seems like a yes. It's not necessarily as simple as that. Oh, 5? From 6 carbs. You need that guts luck, man. Go do the Freedom Unite run. You gotta do Popo Tongues in that one. Viewership's consistently worse anytime you play something that isn't for you, free UG or world. Oh yeah, I meant for the sake of Monster Hunter base. People are typically here because they want to watch Monster Hunter. Completely fair, completely reasonable. You want to watch Monster Hunter, right? That's why you're here. But when I am on actually on Monster Hunter by doing speedruns, it takes a drop. Anything but multi in those games gives you comparatively low viewers? No, that's not true. Multi doesn't actually make that much of a difference, honestly. One of the best 4U streams I've ever done was complete solo the whole time. I had more viewers in GU last week when I was doing solo than when I was doing multiplayer. Just due to time. There's so many things that go into it, right? Time of day. If people just happen to be interested in whatever's going on at that point in time. Are people feeling like GU today, for example? Are people feeling like 4U today? You were speedrun solo. We also did stuff like Morales %, which you had 200 people watching at some point. Jesus fucking Christ, Dustin. What's the best viewership I've ever had on a stream? Dunno. I think peak I've ever had is 60-ish without a raid. With raid 102 or something. I think the best average I've ever had is like 50. over a 12-hour stream where I got like 6 raids or something. 2,500, which was Small Ant raiding you. Damn. I bet that was fucking chaos for a moment of time, Dustin. I would probably shit myself if that happened. A regular of yours saved 1 million points via gambles to raid you and you got pissed off? Why? People kept spamming Giga Triangle over the fact that you said you didn't care about the raid. Yeah, that's what happens when there's a massive amount of people there. I don't know how you don't care. That would have crapped me up, man. I get a raid of like 50 and it craps me up. Hell, I get a raid of like 30 and it craps me up at this point. $2,500 people watching Small Ant. Individual people all over the place around the world. That's scary. Small Ant, that makes a lot of sense here. Good old Small Ant. It's being used to it, knowing they don't stick around. The same with those who follow with it. They do sometimes. Lugia, for example, is only on my stream because of a raid. Good old Oni raids. Oni baloney. I found this place by accident. Same, man. Hi, Conrad, welcome. Only wish Monster Hunter stream. That's true, yeah. Small Ant was doing Pokemon. Oh, that was probably a small stream for Small Ant then, right? Is Small Ant's main thing still Mario? I assume it is. I don't even know if that's his main thing, that's just the reason I know he exists. It's because of Odyssey. He's entertaining though. Charismatic guy. That Small Ant fella. Handsome dude too. You found this because you were in a 4U phase? Yep. Only which is a Monster Hunter stream? I mean, it was speedrun to speedrun. I know it is like wildly different, right? But speedrun to speedrun is at least something. Found me through Discord. That's true. That's true. Hey, we pushed that record down a lot, huh? By the way. Just something to think about. Which one? Laggy %. We smashed it down. What was my first run? Like a 2 hour, 40 minutes? It's now your turn in the cycle. I'm pushing it back to you. It's your problem now. I'm on a 202. You're on like what? A 207? 206, I think? You could have had the sub 2 if you weren't doing a different run already. It's just heartbreaking, honestly. Every time I think about that, it makes me a little bit sad. It's hilarious. It's funny, but it's also like a stab to the heart, man. Oh, it was right there. Still PB that run? Yeah, it's true. That's true. I am very scared for the day in which the Monster Hunter March runs get pulled for multiple Cedius percents and multiple Shiguru percents that are in there. Oh, that's gonna be rough. And I can't even submit them. Although by that point, I might actually be able to. Who knows? Considering that's going to be after GU and Freedom Unite at the earliest. Maybe fighting Kezu with a Kezu Greatsword isn't a good idea. Elements are relevant. It's Greatsword. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. It's got decent damage. Good sharpness. That's all you need. I'm trying to get as much Dragonite as I can from this map while I'm here, but could fall off from lacking stamina on a cliff. Yep, if you run out, you fall. Yes, English is a language. That's a horrible one. You know that really big cliff, Dustin, in... I think it's in GU, where you can climb up the stupidly long vine that's in, like, the jungle map in Freedom Unite? You can climb all the way to the top of that cliff and then fall off because you run out of stamina. Okay, Rose, when you run out of stamina, you jump off? Yeah. You actively launch yourself off. Nice. Got ration stamina on that vine, or drink a dash juice either. Yeah, or just like walk for a bit. You know, slow climb for a moment instead of speed climbing. Be patient. Or just don't climb it. It's actually quicker to run around than it is to climb it. That's the best advice, honestly. It is quicker in Freedom Unite, at least, to run if you spawn at camp to the right then up an area, then down an area, and get to there than it is just to climb up that one freaking line. It is dumb as hell. Bounce bombs? Huh? What can you do with bounce bombs? And a 1, 2, 3, bonk, and bonk. I hit the tail, unfortunately, not the chest. Didn't manage to roll out the way. It's just rude. I know Gore armor doesn't have evasion in this game. I also really don't want to farm all the sensors I would need, never mind. I was like, Gore armor's an option? No, no it's not. That's gonna be horrible. I really do not know what to get for my next armor set. Because I would like an upgrade, probably before I go any further. God. But also the Kutku armor is just so good at what it does. It's so acceptable. The main reason I build it for speed gathering, which I can't even put in still, because I don't have the bumble pumpkins, which is really frustrating. The fuck is a bounce bomb? It's a bomb that you put on the floor and then it shoots up and explodes after a while. They exist in GU, I think. In fact, I think GU even gives them to you as supply items sometimes. Certain monsters. Battle armor? I think that'd be a downgrade in terms of armor though, wouldn't it? It's not skills I care about, it's armor value. At the moment, how would that be useful? Because when stuff's flying, you can flinch it. When Kezu, for example, is on the wall, Gypsaros is on the ceiling, or whatever. Giganox, you can put the bounce bomb down, it shoots up, hits them, flinches them, and they fall off the wall. Or the ceiling, or the whatever. They stop flying. It's not overly useful, but it does have a use. They are good. Not good, they are okay. Most people don't bother. Let's put it that way. Even if they're aware of what they are, they still don't bother. Which kind of says enough to the quality. Down you go, friends. Baroth would probably also be like an armor side grade at this point, so it's no point in getting it. Wait, this is a capture quest. This is a capture quest. Oh god, I was trying to kill him. Uraganame is in the next tier, which means it's too late. Does he fly into here? Isn't he gonna go up top? Guess not. You got more traps if so. Do you have a pitfall? Because you've got to wait for the shock trap to dissipate. Gravios is in the next tier as well. Give me a trap. That's true. Oh no, I was throwing trank bombs, not. Not paintballs. Yeah, that's the issue at the moment, Comrade. I don't really have any good options. Rathian's probably the best one I've got, but I just don't want to farm for it. Oh, Najarala. I guess that is an option, yeah. Unfortunately. Najarala technically is a possibility. Raphael's health up if you're into that. I know. It's a good early game armor, because you can't necessarily get max health from food this early in the game consistently. At all. In fact, I can't get max health from food. So having it from that's kind of nice. God damn it. Kazu, come on, man. This is so unnecessary. There we go. Fire off with 2 extra defense per piece. Easy access to defense up small will be your only option. Fair enough. I've got to trade for it though, and that's icky. I'll probably just give Gore a go and I'll be alright, but I was very shocked by how much damage he did to me. Begging for the trap, Dustin. Oh, Splatoon. I wonder what the hell you're on about then. With a printer? Why are you talking about printers? No, no, you're talking about Splatoon. It's a very odd thing for you to talk about all of a sudden. Where the hell is it? There it is. Kazu Shock Sword. Upgraded. Mark another one off as green. Hell yeah. Not too many left to go here. Oh, we can actually get a Valkyrie Blade upgrade. Nice. I want to do these from the bottom up. Hey Ricknado, the grind is going alright, thank you very much. We're actually getting some stuff done, which is nice. I actually don't have terribly too many weapons left to do in this tier, amazingly. Right, let's do that Ludroth Bone Sword that Ramhard redeemed. Actually kind of getting through them at a pretty decent pace. I'm very happy. And Dustin helping with the multiplayer quest is extremely helpful in speeding that up a ton, so thank you. Because these quests would be taking a lot longer if it wasn't for your help. And Lugia's as well, when we had Lugia earlier. You need a lot of mats in this game too, because you've been slacking off. Fair enough. You're just getting random stuff from low rank that you need. I think I'm gonna go up to all of the potions and all of the whetstones now. I think that's reasonable. At this point, be surprised aside this one armor you've not grinded yet. No, that seems about right. As long as you do like relatively reasonable mining as you're going through the game, you can build a meta path all the way without any problems. And you don't even really need to mine that much, honestly. This weapon's actually looking quite good now. Good sharpness. Good green. The pleasures of it being upgraded. Get the feeling they changed the map you're playing on. It was in Splat 2, so maybe they changed it between games, but you remember it being like this in Splat 3 too. They might have made some like rebalancing changes because of some reasons, right? Just getting freaking chain locked by tiny stuff. Balloon shark? Yeah, the boy. The boy. Oh, have you completed your 100% of GU yet, Dustin? Out of interest? Because I saw you were streaming 100% free you at one point. And I didn't know if that was you giving yourself a break or like, oh shit, he's done. Not yet? Oh, okay. I was hoping you were free. I think it's been like weeks since I saw that. It just popped into my mind again. Weird. Free from the GU salt mines? Never. I will be soon, Mike. I will be soon. I am certain. Unless something goes horribly, horribly wrong. Like there's a quest that we just cannot complete. GU will be over before the end of next month. Random polls seems a bit strange. There's like copium if you ask me. EX Bolt Reaver, I'm not doing Deviants. Why would I do an EX quest when I'm not doing Deviant quests? No, the thing we're gonna get stuck on, if anything, is Hyper Gold and Hyper Silver. Should do at least one of each? No, I hate them. Fuck them. I've done one of each on my main save file, that's good enough. I don't need to do it again. You'll do them in pairs too? Oh, what, in the normal quest list, you mean? Oh shit, I'm so sorry, I was thinking about GU. Hyper Gold, Hyper Silver, yeah. Each quest individually, and then the fact there's a quest with them together, right? Survival games are crazy. You playing Ark? So much things you could and probably should do at some point. Yeah, survival games are weird. Usually. You need to get Chaos Oil, which is Hyper Metal Refs. Can you wait until I've unlocked it as well, just to be sure that it does complete for both of us? If it's a villager request, because I really don't want to do that twice. It's not a villager request, good. You can't mount him when he's fat, by the way, Dustin. I don't want to chill in some water and look for some teeny tiny glowing shoulder goats. What? Huh? Okay. Sure. Ark. Didn't even leave the first area. That's crazy. Portable light sources. That's pretty clever. Dual Hyper SRS is a quest. It is a quest. Thankfully, as far as I'm aware, it's in the... I don't know what the map's called. Ruined Pinnacle. So we can hopefully stop them from being in the same area too much. Teeny tiny glowing burbs and glowing lizards as well. That's adorable. Glowing anglerfish pig mutants? Pug mutants? That doesn't sound as adorable as the other ones. Suddenly it's not cute anymore. What happened? I'm glad you're back to enjoying it again, mate, instead of absolutely, like, not wanting to play it at any point whatsoever. You want to mount Balloon Boy? You can, but you can't mount him when he's ballooned. He becomes unmountable in balloon mode, unfortunately. Hacks? He is hacking, yeah. No other monster could do that, it's just him. Puds with lizard skin, anglerfish land, and 50% toothy more with a big tongue lolling out. The tongue lolling out sounds adorable. The rest of it does not. Forge weapons, great swords. I need another one. God damn it. How the heck did you mess up this hard? Tongue's good enough. Close enough. I need a few more. You think it's partly because the metagame's healthy right now? Right. So there's nothing overly domineering that makes the game just not fun to play? Good. That's hard to do as well. Honestly. Making a balanced game is legitimately extremely difficult. What were you even killing? Oh, Congalala. I just ran up here because this is where the bugs are. I still need quite a few more killer beetles, which we'll hopefully get before the end of this rank. Is Congalala coming back? Hopefully soonish. That would be cool. I would honestly really like to see all of the old monsters given a complete rework into newer games. People like Congalala? I like Congalala. Don't like monkeys as a whole. That's fair. They aren't necessarily amazing in Monster. Oh yeah, I saw you guys mention something about it in the chat that I haven't looked up properly, but it just popped back into my mind again, so I'm just gonna ask, because you watched the announcement, Mace. Are they redoing Pikmin 1 and 2? Are they remaking both of them? They're remaking both of them? Not just Pikmin 1? They're both out right now? Oh. Huh. Neat. Maybe I get to play Pikmin 2 again. Bundle that's cheaper than buying them separately, that makes sense. All 4 Pikmin games in one console. Pikmin 4 doesn't exist yet, right? It will be on the Switch? Yeah, of course it will. It comes out next month. Oh, cool. Constant remasters of GameCube games feels kind of cash grabby. Oh yeah, it is cash grabby. But it's kind of one of those things where it's like, it is cash grabby, but also at the same time, it allows people who can't play them anymore to play them again, right? For example, I can't play Pikmin. I do not have the option to play Pikmin 2 or Pikmin 1 anymore. So being able to get it and play it again would be really cool. I don't really mind it as long as they don't stop active development alongside it. But they're still working on Pikmin 4 and they release 2 and 3 at the same time. That's completely fine. If you don't like it, you just don't buy it, right? Now people can't scalp it? Yeah, precisely. That is another side benefit that does not get mentioned. Thank you very much for all the help, Dustin. I appreciate it a great deal. The amount of older games that get remade and suddenly they're not being like hardcore scalped is not something that is given enough like attention. Because they can't get away with it as much anymore. £25? £25. Is this what the game actually looks like? Because they made it look exactly the same it does on GameCube. They haven't redone anything, really. It looks a little cleaner, but it looks basically exactly the game. Thank you, Dustin. Once again. I hope you have a good time, whatever you find yourself doing. Scalp the Switch? Yeah. Does look like a port. It does look like a port. It says HD remaster. And it kind of looks less like a HD remaster. And more like a you just made all of the graphics not blurry anymore. Which, I mean, like, kind of is the same thing, right? But, enjoy, Dustin. See you later. You don't have Ocarina of Time so often? Yeah, precisely. Textures being less blurry might be a detriment. No, it does look like they've scaled them up to look reasonable. You wish you still had your GameCube? Yeah, me too, man. I wish I still had all my consoles. I sold absolutely all of my consoles when I went to Sweden because I didn't have any space for any of them. So, like, SNES, N64, PSP, all gone. GameCube, PS2. All of the oldies. Oh, it's Narja Island, not just Silla. No. And the GameCube, the Game Boy adapter, amazing. The GameCube, but with no wires and no games. How? That's genuinely impressive. How do you even have that? Without the wires. You got a controller? Hell yeah. You have a weapon instead of a console, yeah, basically. A little box of pain. Nice. Wires were lost. Oh no. They're honestly probably more expensive to replace than the fucking console is. Box of paint that could fall 45 feet and still be usable. Yeah, that thing was indestructible, man. Had a handle. It did have a handle. It had a fucking handle. It has a handle, yep. Nintendo's wild, man. It's also like the only thing in human existence that uses those tiny ass little discs. One obscure game that has multiplayer functionality to connect to multiple consoles together. Yep, that's amazing. And then multiple GBAs to each console? Oh no. Why would that ever be relevant? Probably never happened. Oh, it happened once, just because people wanted to make it happen, right? A fighting game? Huh. Cheapiness, yep. I love those little discs. You know what I remember from the freaking GameCube, man? Medal of Honor. What Medal of Honor was it? Rising Sun? Back in the old days, you had to take one... You got halfway through the story, and you had to take a disc out and put the second disc in, because they couldn't fit all of the data on the disc. So you bought the game and you got 2 discs from it. It was really cool. Final Fantasy VII and GameCube. If Final Fantasy VII was like that as well, then yup. There was loads of GameCube games that did that. It had 3 discs, holy shit. You guys make you feel young. You are young, Mace. You're not even freaking 20. Not in terms of gaming, though. Kind of are. Eventually, Disc 2 got scratched a bit, and the cutscene at the very beginning wouldn't play for you. Oh no! Save files after that cutscene worked fine. Okay, that's some small grace then. Gaming has advanced massively since your birth, yeah. I mean, mobile gaming like wasn't even a thing. Other than, like, Snake. Smartphones weren't a thing, true. What was the first smartphone? The BlackBerry? Was there something before that? The BlackBerry is the one I remember. I don't even know if that was a smartphone. That thing was fucking horrible, man. In a Samsung one that was actually more of a proof of concept than an actual phone. I had a brick. I remember when I was in secondary school, I had a brick. I can't remember what the brand was. It wasn't a Nokia. I loved that phone, man. It got lobbed full fucking pelt at a wall by someone. The screen cracked to hell. It was roughed the fuck up. And it still worked. No plasma leak. If you get like a tiny little crack, your screen's fucked forever. It was like shattered glass or plastic or whatever the hell it was. The side was scraped so badly that you'd wound your hand if you touched it. You could call people. Worked absolutely fine. As long as you didn't need to see anything on the screen, it was fine. Perfect little thing. Where the hell is this damn Najarala? There. Use the psycho serum. I'm too poor. Back then you could text without even looking at the thing, and I frequently did. Texting with one hand at school underneath the desk so that the teacher can't see. Leaning forward like an absolute nubbin, yeah. It's the most obvious thing ever. I remember I got sent to the, like, in-class detention room, basically. Can't remember what they called it. Basically, you get sent out of the class, and you gotta go sit in a room and do nothing for the rest of the class. For using my phone in class, while, like, 6 other people were doing it, and none of them got sent. It was like, the fuck? I was the only one sent the whole lesson. Come back at the end. You know what I see? 3 people on their phones. I didn't like that teacher. I did not like that teacher at all. Probably didn't like me either. I don't know why. We had basically had no interactions with each other before that point. As far as I were aware, we were both on neutral territory with each other, but apparently not. Did I assault someone, Mace? No. Why would I do that? Get expelled from school. Getting those earplugs? No, probably not. I'm just killing it because it's a quest. That means new teachers. I'm gonna get an entire set of new teachers because one of them's bad. And lose all the ones that I know were already good. That seems like an incredibly dumb play. Bully the bad teacher away. They weren't a bad teacher, they were just an ass one time. I got a raid bagel later. I mean, I probably won't, but why? I only raid people if I've got enough energy to actually stick around, energy and time to stick around for a while. And I don't have time today. I assume he has started a Shara % run, if you're saying that. Yes. He has. We'll see how much GU I can take today. He will still be live when I'm done. If that's gonna take him 6 hours, right? He said it takes 6 hours if you're quick. Unless he's rerouted it to a disgustingly good level. Maybe not, no, not 6 hours, sorry, 8 hours, if you're good. Did a few odd Shara % runs a while back? Yeah, I know. That's what he meant when I think he said 8, if you're good. Heavy Bowgun, which was still at Nagakuga 12 hours in. Yeah, that's a cancel at that point. Screw that. I'll give him a lurk, I think. I'll leave him on my other screen. Didn't use spread. Just reset, I saw. And a 1, 2, 3, bonk. Bonk. Nice. Actually hit it. Wasn't great damage, but I did hit it. Can I be free of this prison you have constructed for me, please? I'm gonna die to chip damage. I can't have that open, that's way too distracting. I'm just gonna stare at that the whole time. Mace is talking about Splatoon, Mike, not Monster Hunter. I don't think I got many killer beetles on this run, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. We can do that at this point. No bugs in here either, just to screw me over, because I won't get any in this area at this point. It's been too late. We're too deep into the victory music. There isn't any in here anyway. Well, I got one. It's progress, at least, on that front. Ugh. Ooh. Right. Let's see if I can build anything. Hi. I can buy potions and they're half price. Absolutely. Oh god, I spent way too much money. Whoops. I didn't realize that the drinks were going to cost that much. Let's just sell a little bit of stuff. I don't need 51 catcher tails. Let's just sell 31 of those. Anything else I got, like, ridiculously large amounts of? Yeah. Sell 31 of these as well. That's good enough. I don't believe I can build anything, but I want to check. Just to be sure. Nope. Okay. Where is Najarala? It would be a defense upgrade. It would just involve chilling beaks, which is the issue. You've sent Ty on an adventure. Is it Bagel's cat? I appreciate that. How did you manage to win that? Don't shitloads of people put points into that? Whatever my least used class is. That'll be a tie between mage and fighter. Okie dokie. Let me do this here. That is going to be me done with 4U for now. The stream will keep continuing afterwards, but we're going to move over to GU. You can see when I'll be back with 4U and what times it will be on that little link there. It will be tomorrow, same times as it was today. But yeah, I am going to go refill my drink, go to the loo, get myself something to eat, all of that normal stuff. I'll be back in around 10-15-ish minutes, so I'll see you then. See you in just a sec.